evidence I shall give before this Honorable Commission shall be the truth, the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you very much. While speaking, you should talk through the microphone because they will be recording you.
Thank you.
Sit down.
Yes.
Yes, my lord. Yes. Tell the commission your full names, please.
My name is Muktari Ibrahim, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Oyo State Police Command.
Please speak loud. Deputy Commissioner of Police, where?
Oyo State Police Command.
Yes. You are the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of CID Kaduna State in 1986. Is
Yes,
that correct?
my lord.
It's correct.
Yes, my lord.
Do you know the reason why you are here? You are here to testify in the case of Bagauda Kalto. You remember?
I remember the
Yes,
case, my
please.
lord.
Tell the commission what you know about the case as the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of CID Kaduna State.
The case was reported at Gabasa Police Station. That is on 18th January 1996. Then the DPO Gabasa Police Station met me in the mess. That was around 17:30 hours. And he told me that there was an explosion at Durbar Hotel, Kaduna. He told me one Alhaji Labaran Adamu reported the matter. And one Sarah Luka was injured as staff of Durbar Hotel. And also there was a body lying in the risks of the explosion, unidentified. From there I dressed up, went to the office, and then looked for some policemen. I remember that one Nasru Adamu, Superintendent of Police, the DPO, the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of operation, Mr. Samuel Adedoye. We muster ourselves, and I took my personal camera because I looked for the police photographer. He was not around because the office has closed. Yes. Then we went to the scene. Reaching at the scene, we cordoned off the area, which was already deserted.
Durbar Hotel.
Durbar Hotel, that is near the banquet hall, by inside the toilets. Then we requested that nobody should be there until we get the bomb disposal experts. Mr. Adedoye, being the AC operation, decided to go and look for the OC bomb disposal, which eventually he did. And he brought him to the scene at about 8:30 to 9 p.m. By the time he came, we all moved nearer, and I saw the place with the rest of the people. I brought out my camera. I snapped one picture. He asked me to stop immediately, that he need to search the area and sweep the area technically before we can do anything.
That's the bomb expert.
That is the bomb expert, Mr. Godison E. Ozuoro.
Yes.
Now I think SP. He was then DSP.
Yes.
Then, so because of that, we left him at the scene with his team. And they continued searching the scene. And it took them quite a long time. I don't know how, I could not remember, but it was about an hour or so before he came out. He told us that one, that it is only one body that is in the wreck. Two, that he discovered another unexploded explosion. But he need to get the place well squared. He need also to rake the area before he can be able to bring out the whole thing. So we had to wait again. So we waited. After some time, around I think 11 p.m., he brought out the body outside the banquet hall by the corridor. Then he brought it out eventually on planks, some planks, sort like. Yes. Then he brought it out, and then I was able to snap some pictures.
Yourself?
Myself.
Yes.
I snapped some pictures,
yes.
And then we kept the body there for some time, waiting for him to finish. Yes. The later he brought out unexploded explosion in a broadmaster cassette, video cassette. Yes. And he said this is unexploded bomb, explosive. So, and we now decided, I said, okay, what do we do now? The DPO was there, so the inspector, one inspector, Abdullahi Shitu from the division, we instructed him to carry the body to the teaching hospital, Ahmadu Bello Teaching Hospital, Kaduna, yes. That night. And he took take it away from your mouth. Okay. He took the body to the teaching hospital. That was around 11:30. And then the unexploded explosive was taken away by the OC bomb disposal, being the expert. Yes. We posted, I think, about 3 men to guide the place, pending the following day, which is tomorrow, Friday. Then on Friday, the OC bomb disposal continued with his search because the scene is for the OC bomb disposal unit.
Yes, yes.
So around 10 or 11, I was there also with one Nasru. Yes. That was on Friday. Yes. I came in, I found some pressmen around, and they asked if Durbar was safe. I told them that the place is safe, but still the OC bomb disposal unit is on the scene. They asked me to comment. I said, no, we will not make any comment until we finish investigation. Now the scene is under investigation by the OC bomb disposal. In fact, I took them around to see the OC bomb disposal working. From there, I asked them to leave the place and that they can go back to headquarters and wait. If there is anything, we should tell them. By the time we finish, we will come and talk to them. Yes. I do not come back in time. Yes. By the time I came back, it was around 1. So from there, I packed my luggage. I went to the mosque and come back around 3. By that time, they left. Then on that same day,
on Friday.
That same Friday,
yes.
I asked the DPO to instruct Shitu, who took the body, that they should fill the forms of the coroners. That was earlier in the morning anyway. Yes. That you should fill the forms of the coroner's form and all necessary forms for the corpse, for the corpse to be post-mortem examination be carried out by a medical doctor. Yes. And he did that. He took it to the teaching hospital. We asked that the post-mortem should be done immediately. Yes. Because he told me in the morning that the hospital people are saying that you should bring the forms in time because the body was, part of the body was decomposed from the stomach, and they had an open cut on the forehead. Yes. The 2 hands were cut up. The legs has multiple injury. He has nothing on his body. And I think 2 of his tools were out also. And they cannot straighten him because one of the hands was already open.
Yes.
So they cannot put him in mortuary. They complain of lights and so on. So I told them that whatever they will do, they should first of all do the postmortem and make sure that the postmortem is carried out before any burial.
Yes.
He filled the forms for the burial and took it for the coroner at the same day.
Yes.
That was Friday for both the postmortem and warrant to bury, which he did, and he took it to mortuary, to teaching hospitals,
Yes.
Kaduna.
Yes.
And then on Monday in the morning, Mr. Zachary Biu, ACP, came with a team of policemen from the 4th CID.
Yes.
That was on Monday. Yes. Then they said that they are to take over investigation.
Yes.
I remember also we went to the scene together. That was on Monday to show him the scene. By that time already they have removed the debris. Only that the scene is there. And then we started the process of handing over.
Yes.
Which on 26 they took over investigation. That was all.
Yes, be specific. Give dates of all these events, please. On that Monday, what was the date of Monday?
Monday, I think, should be 24. 24. I think should be 24. I know that the incident happened on 18.
That is on Thursday, 18th.
Yes.
Friday is 19th. Saturday is 20.
20.
Sunday, 21.
21.
And Monday must be 22 then.
Okay, sorry, Sunday, 22. 22. That was 22, sorry, my lord.
Yes.
Well, he took over the case file, I think on 26.
Sorry, can he go over the injuries he noticed again, please?
We want him to give the full narration first, and then we'll come back to specific questions. Yes, please. Go ahead. Continue.
So he took over our own case file. Some exhibits. I know some of the exhibits because some of the exhibits were recovered by the OC bomb disposal, but I saw them all.
Yes.
These exhibits include the unexploded explosive, which he took over formally and leave it.
Unexploded explosive.
Yes, he took over formally, but leave it for safekeeping with the OC bomb disposal, Mr. Ozwara.
Yes. What else?
Then there was a book, The Man Died, written by Professor Wale Shoyinka.
Yes.
There was also a receipt for that book, which was under the name of one Y.Y. Yusuf.
Y.Y. Yusuf.
Yes.
A receipt.
Yes,
yes,
for
please.
that book. The book was bought from that hotel.
Yes.
We asked somebody in the man who sold the book. I could not remember his name, but we asked him. He said that he cannot recognize the person or mention the type of dresses he was wearing, but somebody come just normal as a normal customer, and he bought a book and he sold to him. I cannot remember the amount on the receipt, but the receipt was handed over to the first CID.
Yes, please.
Then also there was a cassette, video cassette, normal video cassette, written Buhari's interview.
On the cassette?
On the cassette.
Yes, please.
Then also there are some of a turnout trouser, old trouser, turnout. Turnout,
yes.
More or less burnt, small, a sort of pigment. It's
Yes.
not that it was sewn complete, but a sort of fragment of that.
Yes, please.
Then the Alenon Rosman followed him back. Then
Rothman's
some sum of
cigarettes.
money, Rosmas.
Okay.
Okay. Then the sum of, I think, about 760 naira. Then 760 naira. Some of them are
Yes.
burnt.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Then I think these are the major sins. The OC bomb disposer pick up some plastic material, some small plastic material, which he say he's going to use to test
Okay.
the origin of the bomb. That one and small things was recovered by him. And because the team are there and we have not gone far in investigation, he handed over all this to the team,
Yes.
the Zachary View team.
Yes. And there was no any identity on him. No identity card.
No,
Nothing indicating any
No.
name of Bagauda.
no, I don't. In fact, there is nothing like Bagolda there.
Okay.
We no name of anybody. In fact, not even Bagolda. There is no identity card, no driver license, no personal card.
Okay. What happened after that? That was on Friday. That was when Zachary Biu came.
No, he came on Monday.
I mean on Monday. Sorry.
He
That
came
was-
on Monday.
Yes.
And
Continue from there.
he came on Monday, and we continue this investigation. These are the things that I told you we handed over
Yes,
to
please.
him, and eventually he left on 26.
Yes.
That is all.
Okay. You are all through. You are in charge of the initial investigation. You are the most senior police officer on ground. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. When you went, you also went with the DPO. You said so, or you met him there.
No, the DPO came to my room in the mess because that time I was newly transferred, so I have not got a house. So he came to the mess,
Yes.
and he took me. We went together.
Together.
We went together. He also called one inspector later.
Okay. You are the first set of policemen that went to the scene.
Yes, I believe so. I don't know if the DPO was there before he came to me.
Yes. But you waited for the bomb disposal unit to come before you carried out your own initial investigation.
Yes, please. Yes, my lord.
And you are the one who snapped the pictures yourself directly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, my
If you
lord.
see the pictures, will you identify them?
Yes, if I see some
How
of
many
them,
of
I
them?
can identify.
Look at the pictures, please.
Yes, my lord, these are the pictures.
Hello, we applied to tender the pictures in the
How many of them?
5. My lord.
5.
Five, my lord.
Together or one by one? Which?
My lord, we can. They are all the same, basically of the same. It can be one, my lord. Then maybe one A, B,
Tender
C.
the 5 as one exhibit.
They are the same thing, my lord.
If they're the same thing, why tender 5 then?
They are the same of one, just 1, 2, 3 at the same time.
Only the small one you can see is directly including the scene.
Decide.
That is a
Do you
smaller
tender
one.
them one by one or
One
all
by
of
one,
them?
my lord.
One
I
by
think
one.
it will be easier one by one, yes.
Which is first? Is there any way to...
They are not numbers, so. But, wait now, they will give you after that. They will give you. You know the book.
Better accept all of them as one exhibit.
Yes, my lord.
Photograph. What is your last exhibit? 20. This will be 4.
Yeah?
Photograph tended together as exhibit 4. 5 photographs.
Yes, my lord.
4 photographs.
Five. Yes, my lord. Yes, ma'am. Five. Eight. Wait,
Yes?
Yes, Malam Muktari, you snapped these pictures yourself, and they are the only known pictures of the victim of that blast. Nobody else snapped any picture.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I don't know if another person snapped
Yes.
them, but to the best of my knowledge, yes.
Yes.
If another person did, I don't know.
And from the pictures, it's quite obvious that the face is very visible. Is it so? Look at it. Show him. So it's not correct to say that the body was burned beyond recognition.
No, the body was not burned beyond recognition. He has an injury. The injury in the face is only on the forehead, and 2 of his tools, I think, that are out. These are the only injuries on the face.
His eyes are clear there.
Well, the eyes are there, the nose are there.
These are in exhibit. We can see them.
Mhm.
Yes, my lord.
Exhibit. We can look at the photographs. You can address
My lord, these
on
are-
the exhibit.
Maybe for cross-examination it will help, my lord. Yes, after you have, at the initial investigation stage, after that you ordered or directed the body be taken to hospital. And you also directed that it should be transferred to the coroner, is it? For examination and autopsy.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, and after that, did you get the report of the autopsy?
Yes,
Yes.
we collected the report, which was, I think, on 24.
Take a look at this and tell the commission if that's the report.
Report tendered. Mark it. What is the exhibit?
Yes. My lord, I understand that it's already in evidence. It was earlier
already in
tendered.
evidence?
Yes, my lord.
Exhibit what?
Exhibit, please, can you? Yes, exhibit 12, my lord. And then the
Compare it with what we want to tender, see whether they're the same.
exhibit 12, let me have the. Jeez. What of the third one?
Are they the same?
They are the same, my lord. We are waiting for one. We are bringing it now.
Can you move faster, a bit faster, slow?
Look at the exhibits and tell the commission if that is the report of the coroner.
Give me that one, please.
It is, my lord. He has identified the exhibits, my lord.
Yes, my lord, they are the same. Only the cover letter from the Divisional Police Headquarters Gabasawa to the Assistant Commissioner of Police.
Yes. Which is not yet in evidence,
Which is
my lord.
not just the cover letter.
Yes, bring it.
But the rest are all the same.
My lord, we applied to also tender the covering letter that was used to receive the coroner's report, my lord, in evidence.
Covering letter is what? 5 or 6, which? 5.
Yes. Yes, my lord. Yes, after the coroner's report.
Look at them. They are taping you.
Yes, my lord. After the coroner's report, what happened? I want to know exactly what happened after that. What did you do in respect of the body itself?
Like I said earlier, the inspector who took the body to mortuary on that night, when he came, that was on Thursday, when he came back on Friday, and by the time he submitted the coroner's report, he had to also fill the warrant to bury because the body, like I said, is almost decomposing.
It was mutilated body.
Well, we can say decomposing.
Decomposing.
Yes, some part of the body.
Yes.
And there was problem of light, so they want to bury it. That is why they want to collect the.
At the teaching hospital, there was problem of light.
Yes, there was problem.
Yes.
And but it was not our duty. It's not the duty of police to bury the body. It is the duty of the teaching hospital. Our own is only to fill the warrant to bury, which we did.
Yes.
Sorry.
Who issues the order for burial?
The coroner.
The coroner.
Yes, ma'am.
And you got that order?
Yes, it's one of the exhibit.
Yes, my lord. It's already.
That was there.
Yes. So after that, after you passed the burial order to the hospital and then they buried the body, that was not part of your responsibility?
Yes, I believe they must have buried the body that time.
Yes. So after the initial process, the body was buried, and then you handed over the case to Zachary Biu. Is that correct?
Yes, we finally
All through that period, you were in charge, and nobody was there. Was there any other officer senior to you who was physically on ground?
Well, the commissioner of police travel, the then deputy commissioner was around, but you do not go to. He's not in charge of the case.
Commissioner? What's his name?
Mr. Suleiman.
Mr. Suleiman.
Yes.
Yes, but you said he was not.
He's not in charge of the case.
He wasn't in charge of the case.
No.
There is this report that he said, or he told the press that the body was burned beyond recognition. Would that be correct?
No, that is the body. That's why I produced the picture.
Yes, my lord.
I was not around when he mentioned that, so I cannot say it's correct.
My lord, that's all for the witness.
Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Please give him a. DC,
Yes,
when
ma'am.
the incident happened, you were an assistant commissioner of police.
Yes, my lord.
Good. The incident happened when? Be specific on the date.
18th January 1996.
When was the body buried?
Like I said here, that the body is not the duty of police to know the grave of all the people that are buried. It's not our duty. It's the duty of the hospital and as a Minister of Health.
You do not know when the body of the person was buried.
I don't know.
My Lord, give him Exhibit 12. Exhibit 12. When did Zachary Bill took over that case?
He took over, as I said, he came on Monday, which is 22nd, and he finally took over on 26th.
Look at Exhibit 12. More particularly, date of examination. What date is there? Date of examination. The date. Look at it. Date of examination.
24/1/1996. 11:30 a.m.
24.
That was what is written.
24/1/1996. Fine. Please, can you give him Exhibit 23? Page 5 of that.
Okay, first of all, let me make an observation. This is not my report, and I don't know anything about the report because this is for CID department, dated 7th August 1998, which I don't know anything about the investigation.
I have not asked you a question.
I have not asked you a question.
Okay.
You just said give him.
I have said.
Hold it. Listen to him. All he said, give him a so. Then wait for the question.
Turn to page 5.
Yes, page 5.
Can you read the after first CID investigation? Read from there. The first CID led by so.
The first CID, led by Mr. H. Zachary Biu, ACP, departed Lagos for Kaduna on 22nd 1/96 to take over the investigation on the orders of the Inspector General of Police. The state CID...
Just stop from there. The team from first CID took over the case from you on the 22nd 1/96.
Well, you see, they arrived on 22nd. That is their day of arrival. And we were with them to do the process of the handing and taking over, which, if you look at the, I want to digress further. If you look at the...
Just answer my
question.
No.
That is how I'm...
Please answer my question, because... Just answer my question. The team from the first CID took over from you on the 22nd.
No, they came on 22nd, and the process of handing and taking over continued. That's why if you are not patient for me to explain the process, you will not be able to get the details.
Are you saying that they were in Kaduna for 4 days, 4 good days, before they actually took over the case from you?
They were in Kaduna 4 days.
At the time...
Then, you see, that is the problem. Please, if the commission will allow me to digress further, so that the commission will be in a better position to
You
understand.
have answered my question. You said they were in Kaduna for 4 good days before they took over.
They were in Kaduna for good days.
Yes, the next question.
Yes.
In your handing over note on the 22nd, what you gave was the negative of the photograph of the scene of explosion of the dead body as taken by you. The negative.
My Lord, that is why you don't want me to digress. You see, that is the problem. If you look at who took over the body to hospital, it was an inspector attached to Gabasa police station, because the incident happened at Gabasa police station. And because of the seriousness of the case, the DPO has to call me immediately. So I came in, and certain actions that they will do, we will allow them to do. Certain actions that we will do, they will allow us also to do. But when the post CID came and took over investigation, we have to tell them, like, the corpse was taken by somebody from Kaduna. They cannot go to hospital and request for the postmortem. It is the person who took the corpse that will go and request for the postmortem result. And it was the same person who now sent the postmortem result. That's why I tendered the covering letter. So I took the pictures quite okay. And in criminal investigation, the negative has to be handed over. Even if you hand over the photographs, it's not important. It is the negative that is most important. So that was why I was opportune to have a copy. And I kept the copy on my own because I took the pictures. The other copy of this one, some of these copies are still in the post CID. If you like, you call the SB keeper, he will give you the negatives, he will give you other copies like this that are handed over from post CID.
Deputy Commissioner, what you are saying is that, is it not the convention in the police, when you hand over a case file, you will hand over the exhibit relating to that same case file?
In the same thing, you hand over.
At the time you handed over, you equally handed over the body.
Bodies are invariably handed over in writing, not physical. Because you only take the body. You can't continue to carry that body around in the CID's office. You take body to mortuary. You don't take them to office.
What the question I'm asking you, as a senior police officer, you are handing over a murder case alleged to another senior police officer. Did you show the other police officer the body of the person who died?
At the time Zachary Biu came, the body has already been taken to mortuary that same night. So I have not been to mortuary myself. I am not the one who took the body to mortuary. And it is not one of my CID personnel who took the body to mortuary. It was an inspector of police, though attached to Kaduna Police Command, but under Gabasa police station, which is his duty. And when he took over when he took the body, he returned the necessary document to us, which we handed over to the CID.
Are you saying that you handed over the post-mortem as per, look at the exhibit before you, page 5, you handed over the post-mortem and medical report and the negative of the photograph as taken by you at the scene of crime?
I hand over the police medical report, the negative of the pictures I snapped to the first CID team.
Look at page 18. On that.
Yes, page 18.
Yes, just a minute. 6, 7. Yeah, before you go to page 18, look at page 7. That is paragraph 7.1. The negative you gave to ACP Bill, as per the report submitted at the end of the investigation, was processed at the Central Criminal Registry. Is that correct?
It may be possible I am not there. That is for CID. You should have asked Zachary or the man there. I'm not in for CID.
The question I'm asking you, since you stated before this commission that it took you 4 days to hand over to the team from 4CID Lagos, don't you think 4 days is enough to have printed the photograph in Kaduna?
Are you saying that these photographs are not genuine?
We are not saying so.
What is the point of the question now?
My
If the photographs are genuine.
my lord, the question, what we are trying to link is that this photograph is the same photograph that was processed at 4CID.
Well, we have the proper one. Confront him with the proper ones.
The question I'm asking,
It's not a question, it's a question of confrontation. These are not the photographs. Look at this.
my lord, with due respect to this commission, I think, my lord, with due respect to this commission, when a case is handed over by...
Don't address yet. I'm not talking
addressing.
about the technique of confrontation. You ask a witness something, you know what he's telling you is not true. Then confront him with the proper and correct version. If you have nothing to confront him, we're wasting time going round and round and round.
Go to page 18. Paragraph 5.
Yes, my lord.
Will I be correct to say that it is the pictures from the negative you gave to Zachary Bew that was used in texting another photograph of the person who died in that bomb blast?
I don't know. Because I am not the one who do any comparison or testing. The moment I hand over to Zachary Bew, I do not go back to the case.
Yes.
So I don't know what comparison you are talking of.
Deputy Commissioner, can you read that last, just that last paragraph?
That the medical report on the victim is explicit on the fact that the victim was clearly identifiable. Consequently, when the pictures recovered from Mrs. Malsa Kalto were compared with the pictures of Bogoda Kalto taken at the scene of the bomb blast, there was no doubt that the pictures were one of the same person, Bogoda Kalto.
Do you have confidence in that police report? Do you have confidence in that police report?
I don't really understand what you mean by confidence. The person who wrote the report is there, and it was a report.
Senior police officer.
I have no doubt of a report written by the police from a police cycle.
The question is very simple.
If you want to doubt the report, you should call the person who wrote.
No, do you have confidence in that report by the police? If you say yes or no.
Well, you expect me to go against the police that are doing the investigation? I don't know.
No further question for this witness, my lord.
Yes, questions? I don't know. Questions, please.
For how long have you been in the police force?
Uh, 22 years, my lord.
22 years.
Yes, my lord.
And within 22 years, you rose to the position of an assistant commissioner of police.
Yes, my lord.
What is your present position now?
I'm the deputy commissioner of police,
Yes, sir.
Oyo State Police Command.
Having spent 22 years, we can say that you are an experienced policeman.
Well, if you say so, yes, I am. I'm also an experienced policeman.
Yes. You arrived at the venue of the bomb blast in Kaduna on the 18th, at the scene of the bomb blast in Kaduna on the 18th January 1996.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. When you arrived at the scene, were there any events taking place in the hotel or not?
Well, I said it earlier that the place, even though the place was deserted, but I still cordoned off the area.
Yes. Before the event, because you chatted with the hotel management, were there any events taking place in Durbar Hotel, Kaduna on the 18th day of January 1996?
Well, before the events, I think there was an event, but I will not say what event was that. There was an event that is going on there. That was going on there, but I don't know from what time to what time.
Yes. But at the time you arrived there, the whole hotel was deserted.
Yes, my lord.
Now, at around what time did you have access to see the body?
That was around 9:30, 10 when the bomb disposal man arrived.
And what time did the bomb blast take place from your investigations?
It took place around 4:30 according to the DPO, but he came and met me around 5:30. And from there, we moved with some police officers to the place. And because we find out that it is a scene for experts, we decided to wait at the scene, just cordon off the area, and we waited until his arrival, because that time we have closed office.
And it was only when you had access to the body that you continued your snapping of the body?
I told you that, I told the Honorable Tribunal that I snapped one picture, only one. That is a smaller one. that immediately I snapped. He says, the bomb disposal expert says, stop, because I have to sweep the area to see that it's safe, which I complied. And being that I'm not expert, I had to move out and wait for him. He went there with his equipment and his team. And it was, the other snapping was when he finished, he brought out the body outside from the toilets of the banquet hall, yes, and brought it outside the main building. Then he put it down, and I do some snapping, which I show you the copies.
Okay, those are the photographs that are tendered.
To the best of my knowledge.
Yes. At what point did you take over the video, the receipts? Was it before you snapped the photographs or after? The other materials that were found there.
Okay, you see the other material, not all the exhibits were removed on the same day. I told you. What was removed that day, to the best of my knowledge, was the body, the other unexploded explosive that were removed that day. They will square the place because it was around 11:30 in the night. And the following day, the OC bomb disposal unit with his men came back to the scene and continued with the search. So most of the exhibits were recovered by him. I hope you understand, because he is in charge of the scene.
Were those exhibits handed over to you or not?
Some of them were handed over to us, which we gave out. The remaining ones were handed over in my presence to the team of Zachary Review, which is part. You see, if you call an expert, the person who called the expert is being seen as part of the team of that CID. If I call bomb expert, he will collect. There are certain things he will hand over direct. If we had gone far in the investigation, took longer time, he will have handed over all, and including an expert report to me before he hand over to the team. So the coming of Dakar Review was just 2 days, Thursday, Friday. Then by Monday they are there. So the handing over was done jointly.
Okay, still on the exhibits that were handed over to you, you said some were handed over to you, some were handed over to the bomb experts. You took, amongst the exhibits that you received, it contained one of the receipts that bore a name, YY Yusuf. You said it in your evidence.
Yes, my lord.
Yes. As an experienced police officer who have spent close to 22 years, does that provide a clue that necessitated further investigations or not?
That was what I said here. I said that we went to the bestsellers shop where a man there was asked. And he said actually he sold the book to one man who gave his name as YY Yusuf. We asked him if he can identify the person. He said he can't. He cannot recognize the person and so on. And we took his statement. His statement was part of the statement we handed over to the Force CID team. It's one of the files. You want, you can ask for CID, SB Keeper, or the IPO now to bring it for you. We took statement from him.
That was where your investigation, as it relates to that clue, terminated. Did you go further beyond just asking the person who sold the book?
No, that is the initial stage.
Yes. Did you do anything after that?
Well, the things that I did is what I told you. That you see, we are more concerned with the sin.
Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. So I'm right to say that after you went to the bookseller and took his statement and asked him questions about the name YY Yusuf, that was where you stopped, as far as that clue is concerned?
Well, as far as that clue is concerned, yes, we took his statement.
As an experienced police officer, sir, don't you think that the magnitude of the fact that somebody died and that person is not identified, don't you think that as an experienced police officer you should have gone further beyond that?
Yes, we could have gone further, but the team,
the
investigation was carried out immediately.
Yes,
it was taken over.
You could have gone further. Why didn't you go further?
it was taken over on Monday. We started only on Thursday in the evening. Friday was the next working day, which I told you what we did on Friday. And by Monday they took over. And if they took over investigation, we allow them to do their own investigation. Whatever we did wrong or right, they will cross-check. They will continue and they'll go further.
You said that under cross-examination that you did not know when the body was buried. Is that right?
Yes, I don't know. From the time after of course, after the explosion. After on 18th, because I saw the body last on 18th.
You saw the body last on the 18th. That was the day of the incident.
Yes.
Yes. Then the first CID team arrived on the 22nd.
Yes, my lord.
That was a Monday.
Yes, my lord.
Did you perchance know whether at the time they arrived Kaduna, whether the body was buried or not buried?
I don't know.
Will you be surprised to know that the body was buried the next day? How do you react?
I don't know.
If you are told that the body was buried the next day, what is your reaction?
Well,
are you surprised or not?
No, you see, they said it that day.
Alhaji Mukhtar, you are an experienced police officer. The incident took place on the 18th. And the following day, you are told that the body was buried. What is your reaction?
No, nobody told me.
What is your reaction?
Me now, that is another thing.
Yes, okay, if you are told that the body was buried on the 19th, what is your reaction?
Well, nothing, because that time the body was unidentified, and there may be no further things that they need. And they complain of lack of, what do you call it? Lack of NEFA problem, light. And it is not the first time that a body will be taken to mortuary after the coroner's examination. The body is buried. It's not.
So you are not surprised about that?
Well,
that is what you are saying. You are not surprised that the body was buried the next day?
Well, if I have suspicion, I may have told them to wait. That is if I have suspicion. But if they bury it,
you said you didn't know. You said you don't know when the body was buried.
That is why I said that I don't know.
You are being confronted with an information that if it is brought to your knowledge that the body was buried the next day, would you be surprised or not surprised?
Well, I have answered you.
I have not heard your answer. Were you surprised or not surprised?
I told you that if I have asked them to do certain things or not to bury, then I would be surprised.
In your evidence, the body arrived at the hospital about 11 p.m. on the 18th. Is that right?
Yes, my lord.
Yes. And the next day, the body was buried.
That is what you are saying. I say I don't know. You should remember that.
I'm giving you the information.
Well, that is for you.
Okay. If it is brought to your knowledge, is it normal that within that space of time you can go and bury a body that is not identified? Wouldn't you probably need more time to investigate on the identity of the person that is not known at the time of the death?
Well, I told you how what we feel. Our own will fill the forms, we send it to be buried. And we have done so. And it is by our coroner, our confident jurisdiction. So what do you want me to do?
Alhaji Mukhtar, considering the circumstances and the speed at which the body was buried, as an experienced police officer, you should have raised suspicion in your mind that it was too fast, too hurried to bury that body at the time it was buried.
But I have told you that I don't know when the body was buried. That is what you should know.
I've given you the information.
Well, that is left for you to be surprised or not. It's not for me, my lord.